What's going on, everybody? Let's hang out. We got 2.5 minutes until all this starts. Should I just like do a radio DJ intro? Or like an NPR intro? It is 7:56 p.m. here in Florida, and we're going to be hanging out for about an hour in just 2 minutes. Stand by. I'll see you guys then. Can you guys hear my daughter? She's in the next room over. Sounds like she's... I don't know. Yelling? Sounds like happy yells. Sounds like happy yells. I think, hopefully. If not, I'm sorry to my wife. Anyway. Alright. See you guys in 1 minute and 22 seconds. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the stream. It is 7:58 here in Florida, and I'm going to be hanging out with you guys for probably an hour. I don't know, like maybe 45 minutes or so. Might not be the full hour. Got a little late start to the stream. I usually like to be on by 7:30, but it's 8 o'clock now, so I might not do the full hour. Need some time on the couch with the wife watching some bullshit. Precious time. But how's everybody doing, man? How's your day? What's new? There's no topic of conversation tonight. We're just hanging out. We can talk Star Wars. We can talk anything. I'm up for it. What's new? Benjamin Martindale, good to see you, man. Jedi Master Troy, Catherine, Oscar, Jack, Brock, Chris Froming, Sonia, Bradford, Braden, Josh Gonzalez. Welcome, one and all. So, I feel so bad. I was brushing my daughter's teeth literally, I don't know, like 30 minutes ago. And she has a step stool, like right under the sink. Like right in front of the sink. So like she'll stand on it, brush her teeth, right? So she was standing on it, and then I picked her up fast, and the bottom of her foot hit the little lip on the, what do you even call it? Like the bathroom, is it called a vanity? I don't know, where the drawers and the cabinets are and stuff like that. Hit the bottom of that, and it's like there's like a good little cut from the corner of the wood on the top of her foot. And she started like screaming and bawling. And I had no idea. I just picked her. There was no resistance. I just like picked her up really fast. And she usually likes to sit on the sink, the top of the sink to brush her teeth. So I just like, I usually pick her up really fast in one motion and spin her around and sit her down on the sink. But this time, 1 in a million shot, kid. 1 in a million. her foot hit that lip perfectly, and there was a pretty good size cut on the top of it. So we put three Elsa, we put an Anna Band-Aid, an Elsa Band-Aid, and a Sven Band-Aid on it. She wanted 3 Band-Aids on it. It only needed like half of a Band-Aid. It's not that big, but she wanted the whole team on the top of her foot. Oh, poor kid. Poor kid. Anyway, Oscar Rodriguez and Swish Fish, thank you both for these first super chats and channel supports of the stream. I greatly appreciate that. Oscar said, I'm sorry you couldn't enjoy the game and had to refund. Yeah, me too, man. My refund actually went in today. I was like, where is this refund that they said they were sending me? It was like a week ago, I feel like. But it finally went in. Yeah, I'm going to get it eventually, Oscar. Oscar's talking about The Last of Us. I bought The Last of Us on the PC literally an hour before it got released on the PC, and I was super pumped for it. I planned on pulling like for me, like an all-nighter, which means I'd probably go to bed at like 1 in the morning. That's incredibly late for me on a day that I don't have to work. As soon as I launched it, I was like, oh no. It would crash. It would go from like 60 frames a second down to 2 frames a second and do that for like a minute, and then go back to 60 for like 5 minutes, and then go back to 2 frames, and like the bugs, and it ran like ass. And then I Googled around and I looked at the reviews and stuff like that, and everybody was having problems on the PC. The reviews are overwhelmingly negative on Steam. Apparently, it's a horrible port. I didn't read too deep into it. I was just like, yeah, I'm going to get a refund because I'm still eligible for a refund. And I'm sure they'll work out the kinks. But until then, I'm not going to play your game. And I'm going to wait for it to go on sale in the future. Which sucks, Oscar. Like, it's just another delayed amount of time for me to play the game, right? But that's the new norm, you know, release a game that's... it's pretty indefensible. Like, I feel like every studio does it, you know. Oh well. I'll get around to it eventually, Oscar. Eventually. Maybe I'll borrow my buddy's PlayStation. Maybe I'll ask him if I can just borrow it for like a couple months while I play The Last of Us. I'm sure somebody around here has a PlayStation 3 or something that I could borrow, right? I'm not talking about you guys in the chat. I'm talking about somebody locally. eBay. I'm gonna eBay. I'd be an asshole for buying another PlayStation 3. I had a PlayStation 3 like shortly after it came out, and I really just got it for the Blu-ray player, and then I sold it pretty quickly. PlayStation 3. Yeah, I'm not going to buy a PlayStation 3. Why am I even looking at this? I'm sure one of my buddies would give me a PlayStation 3. Anyway. Swish, Fish, Caleb, and Chris, thank you guys so much for the channel supports this evening as well. Swish says, hi, Greedo. Recovering from a cold. Missing my boyfriend. Hoping Mando Season 3 Episode 6 makes up for how bored I've been since E3 was the best episode of the series. Episode 3 of this season, correct? The one with the doctor? Yeah, I really liked that episode. Were you in the chat last time we kind of talked about that? That's actually how far I'm caught up in The Mandalorian. I'm not fully caught up yet. Life, time, it's a struggle to catch up with these things. It's one of the reasons that I'm never a topical YouTuber. Because I don't have time to watch everything and keep up with everything. So yeah, I'm fully caught up with that episode with the doctor, and it's my favorite by far of this season. My favorite episode. And it kind of reminded me, and maybe this is the reason I thoroughly enjoyed it. It kind of reminded me of an episode of Andor. It wasn't as well shot as Andor. The dialogue wasn't as good as Andor. The acting wasn't as good as Andor. But it kind of reminded me of, like, bootleg Andor. which I think is one of the reasons that I enjoyed it more than any other episode this season, at least. And again, I'm only 3 episodes into this season. But, yeah. What is it? It's today Tuesday? No, today's Monday, so we got 2 days until episode 6. Yeah. Where's the BF? Recovering from a cold. I haven't been. It's weird, man. I haven't been. I call everybody man. I even call my daughter man. Come on, man. It's weird. I haven't. Oh, one sec.
I'm curious to get your perspective on Sobel since you went through training. To me, he's petty, but also genuinely trying to bring Easy together as a unit. Best show? Clinking beer mugs.
Cool question, Vince. I appreciate that, man. Give me 1 sec. Captain Sobel. Where'd it go? Yeah, Swish. I feel like I haven't really been sick in a long time, which is weird. Like, before I started this job, I was getting like really sick all the time, I feel like. And I always attributed it to like my daughter's in preschool and, VPK and all this stuff and just bringing home germs. But it's weird. Since I started this job about a year ago, a little more, I really haven't been sick. And I'm around so many sick people. Yeah. Colds suck. Okay, I would take... Well, I think my least favorite thing whenever I do get sick is a sore throat. I hate a sore throat. It's something that it's just like a little nagging thing constantly there. You can do nothing about it. There's no remedy. You can get that little spray in the back of your throat and maybe it numbs the back of your throat a little bit. Sure. But you got to just ingest that all day to have a slight minor relief, That's my least favorite thing whenever I get sick, a sore throat. Yeah. Sucks. Anyway. Glad you're feeling better. Cheers, Swish. And Caleb, thank you so much. Caleb says, hey, do you have a P.O. box? Want to send you something from Star Wars Celebration? I don't, man. I looked into it years ago, and, it would have been cool to get one. But actually, let me see. Does UPS... I know a guy who owns UPS stores, like good friends with him. Around the state. Does UPS do P.O. boxes? Probably not, right? It's just probably USPS. P.O. box, you can visit the UPS store today. I'll have to look into this. Does UPS allow P.O. box? Yes, UPS Mail Innovations delivered to... Oh, they deliver to P.O. boxes. If you're on a tight budget, USPS P.O. boxes cost about 1/3 to half price of UPS business mailbox. Okay. 24-hour access fob, $25. I don't have one, and I don't know if I ever will. It's been something that I've thought about for a long time. People occasionally ask me about it, especially back in the day when like building up to The Force Awakens and through the sequel trilogy. When things were a lot more active on here, people were asking about P.O. boxes, but I just never, I don't know why. I never did it. Yeah, but I appreciate the sentiment there, Caleb. Send me some pictures of some cool shit you get. Are you going to London, Star Wars Celebration?
Were originally supposed to get movies instead of shows before Solo underperformed. Out of the two of these, which would you rather have stuck to being a movie? Emo, both shows were pretty mediocre.
Ricky, thank you so much for the generous super chat and channel support this evening. I greatly appreciate that. Give me 1 sec. Are you going to Celebration in London, Caleb? No kidding. I didn't know you were doing that. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. How far are you from there? Is anybody in the chat right now also going to Celebration? I saw a bunch of other people already fly across the pond or get there from already across the pond, and I'm sure they're buzzing with excitement and anticipation. You know, it is fun as much as I've been to one celebration and it's fun, and I don't have like the burning desire to always go, you know. Despite that sentiment, it is still really cool to just be surrounded by just a buzz of excitement from fellow Star Wars fans, you know. You're just in a sea of, you know, people who like the same type of shit. It's kind of cool. But yeah, man. Anyway, I appreciate that. Oh, from Arizona. Nice. Yeah. That's a long flight. We flew from Jacksonville to New York to London years ago. I don't remember how long that flight was. I want to say it was like 12 hours. That can't be right. Is that right? New York to London flight time. Okay, 7 hours. 7 hours. Shorter than 12. Okay, 7 hours. Anyway. Chris, Froming, Vince, and Ricky, thank you guys so much. If it's ever in Orlando again, Vince, I'll go. I'll go for a day. You know, I'll go for a day. Maybe we can meet up. Do they sell beer at Celebration? We'll go to Celebration for an hour, and then we'll go to the bar. Okay? Chris, thank you so much. Chris says, hey, Greedo, best wishes. I got monetized on YouTube. Nice, man. That's big shit. Well, I don't even know what the qualifications are these days. Is it 1,000 subscribers to be monetized? How do you... No, I mean, I'm just curious. I can't remember. Monetized on YouTube. What are requirements? Have more than 4,000 public watch hours in the last 12 months. Have more than 1,000 subscribers. Have a linked and approved AdSense account. Nice. Yeah, that's huge. That's like such a pivotal moment on YouTube. That is, I remember when I got monetized on here, and it was a really weird. I don't remember when that was. That might have been like 2013 or something like that. And I think I could have done it earlier than that. I just didn't know it was really a thing. Like literally for a couple of years, I was just making videos, not even thinking about any like making ad money or anything like that. I was just being an idiot on YouTube with a Greedo mask, acting like an asshole, and never even thinking about that. Yeah, I remember the first time I got monetized on here. Or the only time I got monetized on here, it was such a weird feeling to have like, you know, this was leading into The Force Awakens. Videos were getting big views and stuff like that. And to have like a monthly check deposited into my bank account because of stupid stuff I made on the internet from like, it was so weird. It's still weird. But yeah, that's huge. 1,007, I got 10 million short views. Whoa, nice. I think it's worth 5K watch hours. Nice. I don't mess with the shorts at all, Chris. I don't... is that something that would you guys be interested in watching shorts? I don't even know what I would make on YouTube shorts. I personally don't watch YouTube shorts. It's just not, it's not something that I don't like consume media like that. Like, I don't have well, I have a TikTok, but I don't look at it. It's not even on my phone. I have an account. I uploaded one thing on the HelloGreedo TikTok, and then I was like, all right, this ain't for me. And I uninstalled TikTok. But yeah, I don't even know what I don't even know what I would do. I mean, I don't even remember how to upload a short on YouTube. I'm sure it's easy. Maybe all my shorts will just be me and my Jar Jar mask. Or maybe I can go back in some of my old Goofy videos and turn some of the clips into shorts. That would be the cheap way to do it, right? Anyway, congratulations, Chris. That's as Obi-Wan once said, you've taken your first step into a larger world. And yeah, man. Cheers. Congratulations. And hell yeah on the mustache. Hell yeah. I got one myself. The illusion slowly slips and slips and slips. I actually talked to my wife the other night, and I was like, because it's looking like the place that she has worked at for the past 15 years. It looks like it's going to be closing its doors. And I was like, you know what? You know what I should do? She's like, what? I was like, I should make a for real face reveal. If I wanted to get like a bunch of views in one shot and maybe make a little tiny chunk of change, because look, you don't make, unless you like constantly upload and stuff like that, you don't make much on YouTube. But I was like, if I made it, should I do a face reveal and just make a jolt of ad money really fast and people curious? She was like, no, don't break the illusion. And in my mind, I was like, yeah, but also I'm kind of sick of, like, it would be so much fun right now if I was on camera. I feel like, and maybe it would make me act different. I'd probably be nervous doing it for the first time, you know? It would probably take me a while to get used to. Yeah, anyway, congrats, Chris. I appreciate that, man. Vince, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Let me take a quick sip of the Cigar City. Vince says, where did it go? Vince says, watch some Band of Brothers and curious to get your perspective on Captain Sobel. Sobel, played by David Schwimmer. Since you went through training, to me he's petty, but also genuinely trying to bring Easy together as a unit. Best show? ? Yes. So if you can, this is deep. This is deep. Because you find guys like Sobel everywhere. You find guys like Sobel in leadership positions as he was. But you also find guys like Sobel in the rank and file. Cocky guys. And oftentimes guys like Sobel, as demonstrated in Band of Brothers, once shit hits the fan, and I've even seen this in the fire service. Once shit hits the fan, it's always the big talkers. It's always the cocky guys who, I'm not going to say they're shaking in their boots, but there's a panic. There's a chaotic nature to them There's not a streamline of conscience. There's a confusion. And that was very well demonstrated in Band of Brothers. Let's, cut this fence and get this, what does he say? Now let's cut this fence and get this goddamn platoon on the move. It was perfectly demonstrated in his confusion. So Sobel reminds me a lot of guys that I know now and in the past. And I don't think, for me, and how he is portrayed in the show, I don't get the feeling of him actually wanting to bring Easy together as a unit. I didn't see it as like a... I didn't really see it as that being the motivation for his attitude and stuff like that. I've had people in the Fire Academy, instructors in the Fire Academy, and even in the military, who literally said that they were trying to make us, our unit, hate him for us to come together. Is that a strategy? Sure. Is it a strategy that I do in a leadership position? No. I wouldn't do that. Not in that way. There's other ways to form bonds. There's other ways, to build that morale, to build that team, than to have the person that you're supposed to go to for that's supposed to be your leader, being an asshole. But that's just me. Now, I remember Dick Winters talking about how he wasn't a fan of how Sobel was portrayed in the show. I'd like to go deeper into that. I'm sure he's talked about that further than I've seen. Yeah. Sobel, at least the way he was portrayed, reminds me a lot of those cocky guys who talk big, act big, and as demonstrated in the show, kind of fall under pressure. Yeah. I've always said that the best leaders, there are so many like self-help gurus online who are like maybe former military. Everybody looks to them for leadership and stuff like that. Big guys like Jocko or David Goggins, and they're great. But I've always said that the best leaders, you'll never hear about. The best leaders, the public will never know about. No matter where that is, whether that's in the military, the fire service, business, mentorship at a school, the best leaders you'll never hear about, and I got some in my brain right now that I'm thinking about that nobody will ever know their name, just me and my guys. But anyway, Vince, Band of Brothers, best show? Fuck yeah, best show. So good. Every episode is so good. It's more than just a war show. It's more than, it's so good. Anyway, there's a good example of something that, well, maybe I'll message you about it. Something that happened recently. Anyway, I appreciate that, man. And Ricky, thank you so much for the generous super chat and channel support as well. Ricky says both Kenobi and Boba Fett were originally supposed to be, to get movies instead of shows before. Is that like known? Is that officially a thing that they were supposed to be shows? Well, I'll assume that it is. Instead of shows before Solo underperformed. Out of the two of these, Kenobi and Fett, which would you rather have stuck to being a movie? In my opinion, both shows were pretty mediocre. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. Kenobi and Fett are pretty forgettable in my opinion. I didn't really care for either. I've already pretty much forgot what happened. and Variety reported. Okay, cool. Yeah, mediocre is a really good way to describe both of those shows, for me at least. I think out of those two, Kenobi or Fett, I would have rather had Kenobi be the movie. I'm way more interested in Kenobi than I am with Boba Fett. I think, yeah, it's just personal preference, you know? You could have had a Kenobi trilogy, I guess. I don't know. But Kenobi was already in a ton of movies, right? I think I would have been way more excited for a Kenobi movie rather than a Boba Fett movie. Having Ewan McGregor be back in a movie rather than a show, I think would have also been way more exciting for me. I don't know if you would have kept the same story. I don't know. But yeah, hands down, no question. Out of those two, I would have rather had Kenobi be a movie than Fett. Yeah. Yeah, it's weird, Ricky. Like, those two shows, there's moments that I remember, but like, they're kind of a blur. They didn't really have any staying power in my brain, you know. I don't know. It's weird. I didn't realize that Variety actually reported on it. I didn't realize it was a thing. I thought it was like kind of an always assumed thing, you know. Interesting. They rewrote the script many times when Kenobi was a show. I can only imagine what the story was originally for the movie. Oh, we'll never know. We will never know. Maybe we will one day in like 20 years when there's fun behind the scenes books and documentaries and stuff, if that's ever going to happen. What? Anyway. Ricky, I appreciate the hell out of that super chat. Sorry, closing a bunch of stuff out. There we go. That's a typo there, Stuart. My man's autocorrect is kicking in. Braden Birmingham, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Braden says, flying from Utah tomorrow for celebration. Nice. 10-hour flight for me. London has been the place I've wanted to visit for almost 15 years, so celebration gave me a great excuse to go. Hell yes. You're going to have a blast, man. You know, if you've always wanted to go to London, I don't know if you're staying longer than celebration. Hope you are. Hope you have that ability. But explore the city. Do an excursion. They have they sell tours that go to Stonehenge is close. It's not that far. You can go to different. There's like, me and my wife did an excursion that took you to Stonehenge, like a town called Laycock or something like that, and then we went to was it Windsor Castle? Yeah, I think so. I'm not good with all that, but like, explore, man. Don't, if you're in London, yeah, go to Celebration, have a good time, but don't be too afraid of kind of skirting out of there and going and checking out things around the city, or, you know, finding a tour that goes somewhere cool. We went to like some Roman baths. We went to a bunch of places, you know. So yeah, I hope you have some time to kind of explore outside of wherever Star Wars Celebration is going to be, you know. I'm doing 2 days before and 2 days after. Oh, hell yeah, for a total of 4 days of exploring all day. Perfect. Yeah, do it to it, man. Do you have anything planned? I don't. One of, like, man, that trip was such a blur. That was 2015. Yeah, 2015 when we did that. Really cool places. I have to look. After every big trip, I always make a huge Shutterfly book. I need to flip through that one. It's been a while since I've opened that one. Yeah, if you've never, do you know what a Scotched egg is? Get one. If you ever see it on a menu over there, get one. Also, one thing that we never realized is that, like, if you go to a bar, there's no table service. Like, we wanted to get some dinner at a bar, and we were sitting there for a while, like, waiting for a waiter or waitress to walk by. Nope, you got to go to the bar and order. Just little things that we wish we would have known before we went, because we're sitting there like assholes, not knowing. Excuse me, is there a waiter? Hey, no, fucker. You got to go to the bar to order your fish and chips. Yeah, there's no tipping either, which we didn't know. You know, again, little things that you just don't know. But hell yeah, man. Checking out my favorite band originated from there. Oh, what band? I'm going to Sheffield. Nice. Oh, also, we went to Abbey Road. So, like, if you look at the subway map, what do they call it over there? The tube? No, what do they call it? Is it the tube? London subway. Yeah, the tube. If you go on the tube, there's subway. Oh, Def Leppard, nice. If you like, okay, so if you look at the subway map, there is a stop on the subway called Abbey Road, and it's pretty far outside. It's I don't really exactly know. So we just looked at the map and we were like, hell yeah, we're gonna go to Abbey Road. We're gonna take the picture just like the Beatles did. And when we get off the stop, off the Abbey Road subway stop, the first thing that you see when you step off the train or the subway is a big sign that says, "This is not the Abbey Road you're looking for." And it literally just said, like, basically everybody makes this mistake. All the tourists make this mistake. I'm glad we saw that sign. It said, "This is not the Abbey Road you're looking for." And it, basically told you how to get to where you need to go. I don't remember exactly where it was, but it's not where you think. It's not like the subway stop is not really labeled. Where the actual, like, Abbey Road Beatles photo was taken. Yeah, so I'm sure. Yeah, I don't know if you have any interest in doing that. We took a picture in front of the actual. Me and my wife walked across the street and we took pictures just like Just like the Beatles did. It's kind of cool. Anyway, have fun, man. Cheers. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot a tweet, but you know, the internet is way more knowledgeable about all that stuff than I am. I've only been there once for like 7 days. I'm looking at the tube map right now, and I'm trying to look for that Abbey Road thing that we stopped at, but I don't see it. I feel it was pretty far outside of like the main hubs. I am the walrus. Yeah, London's a fun city. I was disappointed in the beer though. Like every single pub we went to, like we're spoiled here. And you know, there are so many craft breweries in every single city. Everybody's making delicious, unique beer. You know, it's really neat. Over there, I don't know how it is now. We went back there in 2015. Over there, like every single pub, and I don't know if this was a legal thing. I don't know how it works, but every single pub was owned by like the same company. Like it was weird. Every single pub. And they all had the same menus. It was strange. It was strange. My favorite Beatles album. It might be, I don't know. I was going to say Rubber Soul. But I don't know if it's just because I think my favorite Beatles song is In My Life. Oh man, I don't know what my favorite album would be. Yeah, Revolver's great. They're all good. My dad's favorite. He saw the Beatles in Detroit in the 60s. And he said he couldn't even hear the band because everybody was screaming so loud. Anyway. Oscar, Braden, have fun, man. Enjoy it. Take lots of pictures. Oh, do a pub crawl. It's still fun. Trust me, we did that. We went to the World's End as well. That's when I first saw the Force Awakens trailer in the World's End pub in the bathroom. I found out that the trailer came out while we were at the pub, and I was like, oh shit, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go to the bathroom, turn my volume up on my phone, and watch this shit. And that's what I did. So I watched the Force Awakens trailer for the very first time in the bathroom of the World's End. Kind of fun. Oscar, thank you so much. Oscar says, you could make unboxing, drinking, and Jar Jar vids. For the shorts? Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I don't know what I would unbox. I don't buy anything. Yeah. I could just unbox stupid shit. Yeah. I think the Jar Jar idea might be the best. Like little stupid Jar Jar Binks videos. Jar Jar Binks makes a protein shake. Jar Jar Binks, I don't know, reviews a Tushy bidet. I don't know. How to install a Tushy bidet with Jar Jar Binks. How to tie a tie with Jar Jar Binks. Oh shit, I think I'm onto something. How to make a grilled cheese sandwich with Jar Jar Binks. Oh fuck, guys. I think I might have just unlocked it. Just menial, nonsensical tasks, but with Jar Jar Binks. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, but Braden, get a Scotch egg. Oscar, I think you just kind of made it happen. Put the little idea in my head. That might sound stupid. It might be incredibly dumb, but it might just work. Anyway, appreciate that, man. Cladle, good to see you, man. Cladle says, hey, man, hope you're doing well. Top 3 albums. Oh, goodness. Of all time. Oh, my God. That's really tough, man. So, okay. I'm going to just, off the top of my head, without thinking about it too much. American Football, their first album from 1999, just self-titled American Football. That's been one of my favorite albums since 1999, and I still listen to it constantly. Another would be Hi, Everything's Great by a band called Limbeck. That's just the best road trip album of all time, in my opinion. It came out in 2003, I think. And since then, Limbeck is fantastic. Hi, Everything's Great if you want to get a taste of their stuff. They only have 3 albums. I think they're working on new stuff for the first time in like, God, 15, 20 years. I don't know, 15 years, yeah, maybe. And another one would be, another favorite album of all time would probably be Cold Roses by Bryan Adams. That every song on that is just incredible. On that album. Those 3 are the first ones that kind of come to my mind as like my all-time favorite, albums, the most impactful, the ones that I've listened to forever. Now, there's so many other albums that I love, right? Like Cardinal by Pinegrove is one of my favorite albums that I've been listening to for, 5 years or something like that. Cardinal by Pinegrove. Check that out. There's an album called I can see it. I can picture it. What is the name of the album? I think maybe it's self-titled. Let me look this up. It might be called some kind of now, the band that I'm about to mention is okay, it is called Some Kind of Codwaddler. So there's a band called Algernon Codwaddler. Yeah, it's goofy sounding, right? Their album Some Kind of Codwaddler, Algernon Codwallader, and then the album is called Some Kind of Codwallader. And you either love it or you hate it. I love it. It's one of my favorite albums of all time. My wife hates it, but I love it. I love that type of stuff. Captain Jazz, owls, giraffes. Yeah. Also, there's a band called Slaughter Beach Dog that I absolutely love. The lead singer of Modern Football started Slaughter Beach Dog. And Modern Baseball started a band called Slaughter Beach Dog. And they're great. If you want to look up two of their favorites of my favorite songs of theirs is one's called Modern Lay. It's really good. A lot of piano in that one. Some saxophone. Another song of theirs that I recommend is called Pretty Okay. Their most popular one is probably The Acolyte. They're great. They're great. They've got a lot of different sounds. Their latest song that they just came out with is called Just Like Me. It's got a little twang to it. It's fantastic. But yeah, exactly. Cladle, like Captain Jazz, Algernon Cadwallader. Those are types of bands that you either love them or you hate them, and I love that kind of stuff. Yeah. Anyway, when you were first streaming, you recommended American Football, and probably my favorite album of all time. So thanks. Nice, man. Yeah, they're great. I like their new stuff. It's, you know, I grew up listening to their first album. I remember discovering it for the first time. It was like 1999 or 2000. And then ever since then, I've just followed Mike Kinsella, Tim Kinsella, Nate Kinsella. I've just followed all of their solo projects, whether it be Owen or the latest stuff with Mike Kinsella and Nate Kinsella called Lies. It's just all right up my alley, you know. Oh, nice. About 600 Ewoks. I work at a local record store and ordered some Pine Grove at your recommendation a while back, and they sold. Spread music like butter. Good music, too. Nice. Oh, that's cool. Well, that's really neat, man. So you ordered it to sell. That's awesome. Yeah, they're great. They're great. Like, they're by far my favorite. I mean, I say newer band. But you know, they're my by far my favorite band that I've listened to in the past decade, you know. I like Lies, Cladle. I really like it. It's a little different. I like kind of the electronics of it. I think they've only released like 3 songs or something like that. I like it. Yeah. Any artists or songs you just can't stand when they appear on the radio? I mean, there's a lot of bands that I'm sick of. I mean, they're great, right? Like things like Leonard Skinner or CCR, Doobie Brothers, AC/DC. I mean, so many bands of that time period. You know, played to death, and you're sick of them, right? But one that I will never be sick of, ever, no matter how many times I hear his songs, no matter how many times I hear his beautiful, raspy Detroit voice, Bob Seger. Bob Seger is always welcome coming out my speakers. Anyway. What's up, Cole? Vince, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Once again, Vince says Ed Schrader's music beat is my love it or hate it pick. Ed Schrader's music beat. American two-piece rock duo Ed Schrader, Baltimore, Maryland. According to Baltimore, the duo has a gas pedal, brake pedal, sonic narrative, careening without warning between cross-eyed tantrums and sultry, eyebrow-cocked croons. Who writes this shit? Let's read that again, shall we? According to the Boston Hassle, the duo has a, quote, gas pedal, brake pedal, sonic narrative, careening without warning between cross-eyed tantrums and sultry, eyebrow cocked croons, close quote. What a review. I could never sit down and come up with the descriptive words like that for a song. I'm the kind, like, same with reviewing movies and stuff like that, I say a whole lot of shit without saying much at all. You know what I mean? It all boils down to, yeah, I like it. Yeah, I don't. I'm going to keep this up, Vince. I've never heard of him. I'll give him a listen. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this up, Vince. I appreciate the recommendation. Let's see. People also search for, let's see, similar artists. Beach House. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm very familiar with Beach House. I used to listen to them a while back. So I don't know if they're... It says other people listen to Beach House that listen to what you recommended. So maybe it's... maybe they're similar. Nice. Oh, Cole, Night Moves. Night Moves might be my favorite Seeger song. Yeah, Brandon, I don't know if I'll end up going to any games, this season. We'll see. We'll see. Might. It's kind of difficult with the schedule. What's cool about my schedule is, like, I work 24 on, 48 off, right? So, but what's really neat is, like, let's say, so I'll work on Wednesday. But if I can take a vacation day, sure. But if I don't want to ruin my vacation days and cut down my vacation days, I can swap with another firefighter. I can do a shift swap. So he would work for me on that day, which means I would get 5 days off in a row. And then he would pick a day for me to work for him. So then I would work 2 days in a row. Does that make sense? So if I do a swap, then I get 5 days off of work in a row. It's really nice, man. So what I've been doing, I actually got one coming up for my daughter's birthday. I took a swap. And then the next day that I'm supposed to work, I took a vacation day. So I have 8 days off in a row. And I can do that. You can do that a lot. You can do that as much as you want. I mean, as long as you have enough vacation days. But you can do endless amounts of swaps. It's pretty great. Tame Impala. Yep. Yeah, my buddy. We're creating a road trip playlist for our drive up to our cabin at the end of this month. And he put some of their stuff on our playlist. So yeah, Brandon, maybe I'll do the swap thing and we'll go to a Braves game. Listen to Dunce first. Okay, let me cue that up. Dunce. All right, I got it. What running shoes do you recommend? You know, I'm not picky. I've ran in Nike shoes. I've ran in Under Armour shoes. And what I run in right now are Asics. I've never really been one to be brand loyal when it comes to my running shoes. Like, I do like my Asics. They're nice. They're fine. I couldn't tell you what type I have. Like the pair of running shoes that I had before my Asics were Nikes. They were white Nikes, and I loved them. And those, I probably logged 1,000 miles in those fucking Nike running shoes. I still have them. I just can't get rid of them. They're now my, like, yard shoes, or if I'm just if I'm not running, if I'm just working out in the garage, I'll put my old Nike running shoes on. But there's, like, no tread. You know, in a few years of wearing them, my toes are probably, like, the bottom sole is probably going to get so worn out that the bottom of my foot is going to be showing. Yeah. So I would just recommend if you're looking for if you're looking to get something, just go to, there's probably like a local running store or something like that. First Place Sports, I don't know if they're up there. We have down here, but you can go and they actually, like, you step on a machine. I've never done this, but I know people who have. Step on a machine and it tells you, like, what width, what length, what your arch. It tells, and they pair you with a shoe that should fit you perfectly. You know what I mean? But I don't really know how much any of that bullshit matters, because I've never done it and I run all the time. If I have shoes, I run. Like yesterday, I worked out. I did a crazy workout in our bay with my boots on, like my work boots, like whatever, you know, whatever. Just go buy some running shoes. The most important thing is getting out there, right? Yeah, I've heard of Cage the Elephant. I can't name a song, though. I don't know why I've heard of them. Oh, crap. We're over an hour. Man, that flew by. It's already 9 o'clock. Whoa. All right. Let's see. I'm going to be working on a video tomorrow, and it won't be done tomorrow, unfortunately. It's going to be one that it requires writing time. It's actually about Caravan of Courage. I've never watched it. I'm going to watch it tomorrow as I write a video. And I have a feeling it's going to take a while to make it, just because of time, right? But yeah, that's what's next on the menu for the channel, I think. I'm sure I'll make little videos here and there in the meantime, but yeah, that's what's on the plate. All right, guys, I gotta get going. So, yeah, all right. What is today? Monday. So I'll probably I might do a stream tomorrow before dinner. We'll see. Nothing on Wednesday. Thursday, I will be working on a video, and I'll be streaming. So you'll see me a little bit this week. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. To everybody who super chatted, thank you so much for the support. I greatly appreciate it. To everybody who hung out in the chat shooting the shit, thanks for hanging out, man. So, all right. Enjoy the rest of your morning, your afternoon, your evening, wherever you are on planet Earth. And I will catch you all on the flip side. See ya.